Cool. So, as you may have noticed, we're celebrating quite a few things tonight. So it's the 10th anniversary of the Leeds Digital Festival, which is very exciting. It's also our second birthday. This was our first event 2 years ago. Was anybody there? I know it's a few people. Yeah, thank you for sticking with us all these years. So we started this 2 years ago, and it's been an absolutely fantastic ride. And I thought, let's recap on what we've achieved over the last 2 years, and also look forward to what might be coming in the next two. And the first thing to say is that we couldn't have done this event without all of these wonderful people giving up their time and speaking or presenting at our different events. So over the last 24 months, we've had 22 events, 30 different speakers. You'll recognise that chap there. We've had 2 different workshops. We've had a hands-on coding workshop from Bianca on accessibility. We also had a World Cafe where we discussed various different topics. We've had 2 panel discussions where we've discussed cross-platform versus native application development, as well as what came up in WWDC and Google I/O. We did have 1 watch party for Google I/O, and we've had 22 different talks, and multiple people actually from here have appeared more than once as well. So thank you to them for giving up their time multiple times. So we've not only had lots of talks, we've given away lots of things. So we've given away tickets most recently to server-side Swift conference, to Swift Leeds. Adam has been very kindly given us tickets 2 years running now. That's coming up next week, actually. We've got 2 people who came to Leeds Mobile who were lucky enough to win a ticket. Same with Swiftcraft down on the south coast, and also Code Motion. So we got a ticket there, and we sent someone off to Milan, which was very exciting. And also, we've given away various bits of apparel, including some Google developer hoodies. So thank you very much to Google. And tonight, as I mentioned, you can win a T-shirt if you fill out our feedback survey. And also, we're going to be giving away some tickets to DroidCon London. So we've got 2 free tickets, and we've also got 10 25% off voucher codes. So if you were lucky enough to get a raffle ticket from Alex, we'll draw some winners later on. Another big part of this is being able to do it with the partnership and sponsorship of various different businesses. So first of all, I want to say thank you to ScreenshotBot for sponsoring us for the last year. If you're looking for a tool to manage your golden test, your screenshot test, ScreenshotBot is the best in the business. Thank you very much to Pixelated People. So Paul and Stuart run a recruitment agency that specialises in landing people in mobile-specific roles. Paul also did a fantastic talk at Leeds Mobile last year about finding a new job, hiring good talent. That's all available on our YouTube page. Really good content there. And this evening, we have a new sponsor, and that's NatWest. So thank you very much to Amira and our colleagues for not only giving us this wonderful space, but providing us with the catering. It's delicious. It's an upgrade from the Domino's that we normally get. Domino's is great, don't get me wrong, but tonight's been really, really nice. NatWest join various other partners. So from me and everyone else who's been involved in Leeds Mobile, I just want to say thank you to all of these companies. They've made it possible over the last 2 years to not only keep hosting at different locations, giving us some money to be able to buy food and drink and various different things as well. The aim of Leeds Mobile from the very start has been something that it wouldn't be captured by any one business. And sure, we've been to a few of these businesses multiple times, but the idea is that we go to wherever. And we've been to small companies, large companies, we've been to Leeds Beckett University as well. So we really want it to continue to be a community-driven thing. But yes, thank you very much to all of those people. Now, the events we've run 22 of them. So I've been crunching some numbers over the last couple of weeks and months, trying to figure out where we've done well and where we could have perhaps done better. So these are all the talks we've done, all the different topics. You can see we've got things on design, on business, on accessibility. We've got talks on iOS, we've got talks on Android, we've got talks on React Native, etc., etc. So lots of different things. And our turnout has been pretty good, and I'm very impressed so far. Altogether, we've had 657 unique people come to our events, which I'm really proud of. And on average, and there's a star there because that includes tonight, and I haven't crunched the numbers yet because you're all sat down, about 31 people coming. So that's not a bad turnout. I'm really pleased with that. Also, as I said, we've been to a number of different unique businesses, so 13 altogether. I thought just for a bit of fun, we'll do a bit of a leaderboard. So who came out on first? It was And Digital, of course, where I used to work. So we were there 6 times. You get the gold medal. Thank you very much, And. In second place, we've been at Flutter Entertainment 3 times. Thank you very much. They've got a fantastic space. We've had 2 panel discussions there. Really, really good. And then in joint third place, Dozer, they were very kindly offering us the space twice, shortly followed by Sky, and we've been there twice as well. So thank you very much to all those businesses. It's much appreciated. But back to the talks. So what was the most well-attended talk? Well, it was the first one, actually. The very first one we did this time 2 years ago. I still don't know quite why. The talk was great, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, we managed to capture lightning in a bottle there. It was really fantastic, so we had 65 people. Other talks that were really well attended was our panel discussion, as well as an evening with Monzo, where they talked about their design system and concurrency. We had a talk that was sponsored by Apple, so we were down at the Royal Armouries, and we had a talk about Kotlin multi-platform, as well as mobile analytics. And then recently at Accenture, we had a talk from Planet Sport about how they launched a new application, so from setback to success. That was really great. And then in third place, we had Beyond Code, creating value from mobile apps. So that was more of a business-focused talk that was really nice. And the wooden spoon, unfortunately, go to the watch party. And again, I don't know why people weren't interested in that, but I've done a little bit of thinking. We've got some slides later on about why I think that may be. However, that's only one way to measure success. It's not about necessarily the number of people who come. It's about the quality of the talks, the quality of the interactions, etc. But another way of looking at it is, well, how many people actually turned up? And this is something everybody asks me. How many people are going to come tonight, Luke? I have no idea. Because even if 104 people say they're going to come on Meetup, they don't all turn up. So another way of crunching these numbers is to look at, well, actually, what's the conversion? So people saying, I would like to come, versus them actually giving up their time. And if we look at that analysis, things change around a little bit. So actually, we had a 98% turnout for the mobile analytics and Kotlin multi-platform talk. I'm not really sure why that is. A bit of a guess from me would be is that we were at the Royal Armouries, so quite a nice venue. We were also sponsored by Apple, and Apple are quite well known, right? So people wanted to go and speak to some of the Apple engineers. That was cool. And interestingly, the ones that didn't get as much attendance, so the evening with Monzo was quite well attended, but I was expecting 104 people. So we had a lot of leftover pizza. So it's quite hard to judge these things. Highest turnout at 98%, lowest turnout at 43%, which gives us a rough average of about 69%. Again, it varies. This is my estimate for tonight. I don't know if there are 40 of you. Maybe there is. I don't know, but there you go. So yeah, it's not all about crunching the numbers, right? But that is one way to sort of like keep track of where we are and where we're going. So if that's looking back at the last 2 years, what are some of the learnings, at least from me as someone who's been running this? So the first one is turnout is hard to predict. And I think the takeaway here is that there are various things that you can control if you're going to run an event. You can try and control when it is, where it is, the talks, the atmosphere, the culture, the code of conduct, everything I've talked about tonight. But if the weather's raining or the weather's really sunny, people won't come. If there's a football match, people won't come on. If there's roadworks, people struggle to get there. These are all things that are ultimately outside of your control. So it's hard to predict. So you have to try and be kind to yourself and think it's not about the number of people that come. It's about the enjoyment that people holistically get. Another thing was that from the very start, Leeds Mobile was not just about development. I was very keen not just to have a meetup of people talking about code. And that was for a few reasons. One, to try and encourage this really broad church of people, to really have a synthesis of different ideas and topics and to meet new people. But also, kind of more selfishly, to give us more opportunity to find more people to do talks. After a while, you run out of Android developers in Leeds. So you need to find more people to talk to. And as such, I think that has given us a real variety of different things. And more people have wanted to speak. As you saw earlier, we had lots of speakers. And hopefully we've had more attenders as well. One thing we've experimented with is panel discussion. So we've run 2 of these now, and this is a nice way to try and encourage people to be involved in an event and perhaps be on a stage, but with less commitment from them. So they don't need to prepare a set of slides, for example. They need to prepare their knowledge on a subject, but they don't need to stand up and present in front of everybody all the time. However, the corollary of that is that it's more commitment for the organizer. So the person who's hosting the event, who's running the panel, has to think about the questions, has to think about the dynamics, etc., etc. So they're good fun, and it's a good way to switch things around, and I'd like to do some more, but it's something you've got to kind of pitch at the right level. YouTube videos are extra work. We're recording one now. Hello, people on YouTube. But they are good for inclusivity. So the deal that I've tried to break with everyone is that we're not going to stream these events. There's so much tech to already go wrong without also streaming them. But also the engagement that we get in the communities from the face-to-face interactions. So the way we try and pitch it is that people come to these events and get the information and the collaboration with people, and we're not going to stream it. However, if you want to get the content, then it'll be on YouTube afterwards. It's a good way to try and bridge that digital, real-world analog, and also for the speakers, it gives them something digital for their portfolio. They can show this is a talk that I've done. This is something that they might want to go on and do a bigger venue. Matt, who was on one of the slides earlier on, he did a talk for Leeds Mobile, and then he used that as a stepping stone to go on to talk in Chicago, for example. So it's great to be part of that journey. Low demand for watch parties. We had 10 people turn up for the Google I/O event. And again, it could have been that it was too rainy or too sunny or there was a football match on. Who knows? But I think you can watch a watch party. You can do it at home, right? You don't need to come and be surrounded by other people. There needs to be a little bit more engagement there to really attract people. I mean, we haven't done a watch party for Apple or for Microsoft or for Meta. Maybe they would be more well attended, but it just seems that there isn't that kind of demand for them there at the minute. So we may not run them too much more. And this is sort of one from me from a personal point of view. If you're going to do this kind of thing, just be bold, right? Just ask for help. Ask for free stuff. If you don't ask, you don't get. For every one person who says, oh, that's great, why don't you come to our business? There's another 5 or 6 people who say, that's not going to work out for us, or they don't reply to you at all. That's just fine, right? You find the people who are going to support you. You go to the places where there seems to be some connection and some sort of cultural affinity. And it really does, without getting too grandiose, sort of reaffirm your faith in humanity, that people want to do this in their own time and give up the time and expertise. And it's incredibly rewarding, but I'd be lying if I didn't say it took a lot to get it going, but I feel like we've got that inertia now, so that's really nice. If you are going to run a tech meetup, I would highly encourage you, if possible, to become part of the Google Developer Groups community. They are fantastic. They give you all sorts of ideas for running events, and they give you access to a huge network of people who run similar events like you, so Google Developer Groups organisers, as well as Google Developer experts, like Ed, for example. They also run a yearly event in Berlin, which everybody goes to, and that's where I met Ed. And I said, you're from Nottingham. That's not too far away. Would you like to come do a talk at Leeds Mobile? And you said, no. And then I bought him a beer, and eventually he said yes. So yeah, it's fantastic, and it really gives you that kind of connection to other people. Sometimes running a meetup can be a little bit lonely because it's lots of email, it's lots of things on LinkedIn, and then people come to a meetup, you think, oh, thank God, people have actually come. But in that intervening month, it can be a little bit lonely at times. So the Google Developer Group community is fantastic. They also give you lots of support financially as well. You can expense various different things, catering, travel for speakers. So yeah, I'm very grateful to them. And the last thing, this might seem a little bit flippant, but I think it is important. You've got to feed people, and you've got to do it first. If you're going to give up your time after work to come to a meetup, in the evening, you're going to be hungry, and there's nothing worse than sitting and listening to somebody like me talk very passionately about a subject while you're hungry. So feed them first. Pizzas are a great option. We've experimented with various different things, but in terms of ease of delivery and the variety, being able to get gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian options, it's fantastic. Having said that, though, Maddie is fantastic, and the food was delicious tonight, so special shout out to her. So that's the 2 years gone by. What might the next year and beyond look like? So this is my call to action / plea for help, if that's okay with everyone. So based upon the feedback we've had so far, we've had lots of talks on different subjects, but these are the ones that are coming out as the top ones. So if you are interested in giving a talk, whether it be a keynote talk for half an hour or 45 minutes, or a 10-minute lightning talk, or a coding workshop, or anything on any of these subjects, please come speak to me or fill in the feedback survey with your email and I can get in touch with you. If you've got any stories about how to scale your applications and product strategy, that'd be fantastic. Career journeys. We have lots of people who come to Leeds Mobile who are looking for a new job or are changing careers or they're a student. and they're really excited about meeting all these people. But they don't necessarily have anyone to kind of go, oh, that's how they did it. That's how they got their foot in the door. So if you've got any stories like that yourself, I think that'd be really fantastic. And we've had talks on almost all of these subjects, native iOS, native Android, Kotlin multi-platform. But if you're interested in giving talks on those topics, then please do. As well as anything else. As long as it's related to mobile in some way, we'll have you. And also, we want to continue to expand the community. So, as I showed you earlier, these are all the different businesses and partners that we've had over the last couple of years. If you too want to be part of this, if you want to appear on the slide next year, then please get in contact. If you're a business in and around Leeds and you've got an event space similar to this, or smaller, or bigger, come and speak to me. It'd be great to add you to the growing pantheon of various different businesses that we've been to. And then lastly, this is my plea for help. So I'm doing this almost entirely on my own. When somebody like Amira, for example, says, yeah, come to our business, they're really helpful. You've been fantastic tonight, Amira. But I need to find the next Amira for next month, for example. And I'm just one guy with my own life experience, with my own ideas about what I would like to see at a meetup. So if you want to help out with ideating on what could be cool coming up, helping doing the event setup, so all of these chairs had to be set up, for example. If you want to help with the tear down tonight, that'd be great as well. Things like the YouTube videos, marketing, getting things out on LinkedIn, finding venues, finding speakers, ordering food, welcoming attendees. If you'd like to help and turn me into this, please come and speak to me. I would be very grateful for it. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you to anyone who's come to Leeds Mobile over the last 2 years. I found it hugely rewarding myself. I know lots of other people have as well. And yeah, thank you very much.